Hello, hello, hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are watching this live. My name is Sanait. I own this business page. So today we have started a new episode of Healthcare Workers Chat. So, how are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. So, we will try to do this with all my healthcare workers. For those of you who don't know me, I am a nurse, a registered nurse in the UK. So I will try to interview healthcare workers from around the world, so that you would have an insight of what it means to be a healthcare worker and at the same time an entrepreneur. So today I have my sis Janetta Jacobs from USA, and she's my business partner, and she has done really well for coming today at this time. And Janetta, I really want to say thank you so much for joining me today.
You are welcome, Sinead. I'm
It's
so happy
great
to
to
be
have
here.
you. It's great to have you. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. My name is Janetta McNeil, actually. And my page is Janetta Jacobs. And I am so happy for Sinead inviting me to just come and talk with you because as a healthcare professional, we have other things that we can do to help ourselves in life. So I'm also an online entrepreneur. Thank you.
Brilliant. So, how long have you been in the business, Janetta?
I'm going for actually 3 years. Just in October, I made 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you do before that you started the business? What was your profession and where did you work?
Yes, I am a registered nurse. I am from South Africa. I'm living in US. Yes, I'm living in US with my husband. And I was working in the Middle East for 19 years. Yes, and that is where I met my husband. We got married, and then I immigrated with him to the States. So, yes, I am a registered nurse, working as a healthcare professional at the moment. Uh, I wanted to shift away from the bedside. So, yes.
Brilliant. So the next question is, why online business? Why did you join the online business, and how was it for you to transition from a healthcare worker? I'm sure you have been earning a good money in Saudi Arabia, more than the
Yeah,
UK, perhaps. So what was your
definitely.
transition?
Okay. Um, I was working in the Middle East for 19 years, and that was, I wanted to help my parents. They were already retired, and I wanted to make life comfortable for them. But in
Mm,
so doing, wanted to help them living a comfortable retirement life, it took me away from them. And when you make good money away from home, you always have that, like for me, in the back of my mind. I hope the
mm.
next time when I go home, they are still there because they were already old.
Yeah.
And also, living, because my original plan working in Saudi Arabia was only for 5 years. But um, your needs become, it grows year by year. And
Mm,
when I woke up, it was more than 10 years that I'm in the Middle East. And also the unknown. When I leave Saudi Arabia, when I go back home to South Africa, I know the income will not be that much. So
yeah.
that is why the years just went by. And at the end of the day, it was 19 years. And I had to make the decision because I know when I go back home, I have to go and work because
Yeah.
I need an income. And the money that I made in Saudi Arabia, even though I saved money, But at the end of the day, it will run out if there's no money
Mm.
coming in. But also with that, the fear of the unknown. When I go back home, what am I going to do? Where am I going to work? And you
Mm.
outgrow your peers because
Yeah.
you are in a different level now. But the fact of the matter remains that when I go back home, I'm still going to work. And when I came across this business on my Facebook page, it gave me a different perspective of life, because
Mhm.
life is not about work, go home, and go to sleep, work for bills. And no, life is more than that. People from different backgrounds, ordinary people
Mm.
like me, like you, what I've
Mm.
seen in this business when I watch the 90-minute webinar is that they live life, they live bigger lives. Just like me, I want so much more for my
Yeah.
life, but I couldn't do that with a saving from Saudi Arabia going back to South Africa. That was impossible. And when I
Yeah.
came across this business is when I saw that, wow, there is really so much more than
Yeah.
just the bedside, going back home, being frustrated, working around a clock of somebody else's schedule. That is
Mm.
why I started this business, because I wanted more. And especially coming to the States, it was like going back to reality, because in Saudi Arabia there was no taxes that you pay. There was a lot of things that you didn't
Yeah.
pay for, like electricity, all those things. But coming back to the real world, you have to pay for those things. That is why I
Yeah.
started this business, because I want to live my life. I want to own, to take back my life, and just live life. Because when I was in Saudi Arabia, it was not like that. Because when you go on vacation, you spend your money, but then you have to go back to build up
Yeah.
that capital again. But with this business, it's like you come at a stage where you will get money, monthly income, that that just flow in. And
Mhm.
that is what I've discovered in this business. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can relate with you as well. I did nursing for the last 4 years, but before that, um, I come originally from Eritrea in Northeast Africa. That's where I was born and grown up. But because of the situation, we were forced to leave, and we settled in the UK because my husband was studying in the UK, and I had two young children, and I came to join him to the UK. So the thing is, when I was back home, everything was good. We had family support. You have jobs. I used to work for United Nations. I had a good position. It was really good, but I needed my family together, and we
Mm.
had to make a decision to stay together. And when I came to the UK, it was so difficult for me. I came to Scotland and it was all dark for me, because I remember the one thing I couldn't do is, after 20 good years, I couldn't drive because they drive to the left, these people. And then I used to drive to the other side. And my husband was saying, like, you are going to kill the children. You're not driving in this country anymore. So it was very hard for me to adapt to the change to start with. But then again, later when the boys have grown up, I just realized the need to support our family back home was so great
Oh yeah.
that we couldn't afford to look at it just the way it is even now.
Yeah.
We support a lot of our families, very close family members. Though myself and my husband, we have a good job and we're grateful, but we couldn't stretch ourselves to help our people. So as I was going around, because I do district nursing, and I was listening to a preaching, and Dave and Roxanne came in, and then they were doing their ad, and I just, I was caught up in that ad and it came again and again. So I said to my husband, okay, there are this couple, we need to listen to them. We need to know what is going on because we were looking for extra income for many years anyway. Um, and we followed through. We did our research and we followed through, and it was really, really good. And it was a life-changing experience for us. And at the same time, what you said about nursing, I love nursing. I love helping people. I love helping patients. It's the greatest satisfaction in my life. I should say that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have to come home with all the stress and I have to come home with, unending problems. And I have to come home with short of staff and the things that go
Oh,
in nursing, in the healthcare, everything is there. So I'm still working for someone else.
yeah.
No matter where I work, I'm still working for someone else. So I am putting every effort to build up this business really for the last a year and 1 month now. And it's very different and it has given me a great perspective in life.
Yeah.
And that's, I know, I do understand what you mean. When you want to go back home, you don't want to be empty. And it's not about you leaving, it's also about thinking about back home and who you are and where you come from. And that means a big thing for me because anybody can live for themselves, can't they? But for me as a Christian, is it's about helping other people. It's
Yeah.
about helping feed other people. It's about helping extending ministries to other people, what they can do with it. So yeah, thank you for sharing about everything you said. Is beautiful. Now I want to ask you a question. How do you use your time? Because we know there are a lot of healthcare workers, my greatest friends, who are my followers as well, who work with me, who know me for many years. They say they don't have time. uh, and how do you see that? How do we cope with that? I always bring that up because it's amazing how much time you can find, the pocket of times that you have during the day. So
Oh,
how do you
yes.
use your time?
Absolutely. Um, for me, as with any other thing, you have to make time for it, for your business, because we make time for our work, and for something for yourself, you have to make time for it. For me, I wake up early in the morning. I do my routine, um, uh, just filling up myself first, getting myself in the right space of mind, and
Mm-hmm.
then I do my business um, for about 2 hours before I go to work, because I start at 11 till 7 o'clock, and then I do what I need to do on my business, and then after work I also come back home and do maybe 2 or 3 hours of work, sometimes four, because I want my business to work. I want my business to grow. So I need to invest time in it. So that is what I'm doing. Because during the course of the day, I don't want to, I don't do my business. Sometimes I will check, maybe if there's a message that comes through that I need to answer urgently, I'll do it. But most of the time, I do it after work. And then in the morning, before I go to work, I check my business and I do some posting. I do what I need to do before I go to work.
Mm,
So you have to plan, because this business is such that you can work, you can schedule it around your full-time job, even around what you want to do now. Like,
mm,
for instance, today in the morning, I had a video, also go live with my business partners.
mm,
And then I went out to do some, we had a celebration with my, because I'm in the nursing home team at church. So we went out and we did some, just a celebration.
mm,
So in the morning, I worked on my business. I did something that I need to do with my team. Then I went out with my ministry partners and I came back and I'm with you now. Still, I'm doing my business. So you have to make time for your business around it, because
Mm.
um, if you do, especially when you wake up in the morning, do your business, go to work, and your business is working at the background, and come back
Yeah.
and do your business. So that is what I'm doing, working on my business. And of course, the weekends, I also have to make time for my business. I have to make time for my husband. I have to make time for the things
Mm.
that I need to do in my house. So you do it. You will get the time. You will create the time to do all
Yeah,
these things.
absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what is your advice to anyone who's going to watch us later or who's watching us? What is your advice about our online business, especially for healthcare workers like yourself and myself? What is your advice, Janetta?
Okay. When I came into this business and I listened to all the healthcare workers who have children, they have their work, and they are doing this business so successfully. And I thought to myself, I don't have any excuse not to do this business or not to create time for this business, because there are so many people who the plates are really full, but they are still doing this business. So I follow their example. In the morning, I get up at sometimes 3 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock. I'm not saying everybody must do that, but because I want to work on my business, so I have to make the time for it. And the thing is, when your business is up and running, you don't have to spend that much time on it anymore,
Yeah.
because it's working at the background. But still, you have to put in that 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how you can do it, how you can schedule your time around your full-time job or around your children, around your house chores. But you have to put in the time, you have to create the time. So my advice for you is that in the and also make a plan, create a calendar, plot out the times that you have to work on your business, and it will, at the end of the day, you will just realize how much you have given to your business. And if
Mhm.
you are drowning, talk to somebody, reach out for help and ask them, how are you doing your business? And they will tell you, because we want everybody to succeed in this business, whoever is coming here. We
Absolutely.
want you to succeed. So just reach out. But that is what I am doing in my business and how I want it to run. That's it.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sis Janetta. It's really lovely to have you. Thank you for sharing all your information. Hopefully, we'll see you soon again.
I'll be
Right. Thank
happy
you
to.
so much, everyone. For those of you who are watching or who's going to watch it later, contact us. You have my website below. You can contact us anytime if you want to find out more or if this business is a fit for you as you do your full time job. Thank you so much. You have a good evening. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.